Hi, this is Eric Stromquist. You are watching or listening to episode 208 of Control Talk Now, the Smart Buildings videocast and podcast. And I tell you what, we got a very, very, very special show today because it is it is ControlTrends Awards time, and we are announcing the finalists for the 2016 ControlTrends Awards. And with me, as always, is our co-host, the man, the myth, the legend, the one, the only, Kenny tuxedo wearing, turtleneck wearing Smyers from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Kenny, welcome to the show, big dog.
Well, thank you very much, Eric. Okay, and for the viewers out there that might not see it, I'm wearing a sweater and I'm wearing kind of a mock turtleneck because it's freezing up here.
It's cold up there.
We have 2 inches of snow and more's coming, and I'm hoping a 3-inch mark kicks in so they come here and get the roads and sidewalks done. But yeah, what's it like down there in Atlanta? We're frigid.
Cold. It's cold in Atlanta too, and but I tell you what, man, as cold as it is across the country, we got a very, very special treat today, Kenny, as you know. The master of ceremonies from the ControlTrends Awards, the one, the only, fist pumping. I want to say Viagra taking, but I don't think that's true. But he is the host with the most, so to speak. Our man, Mark Peacock from Link Spring, and our master of ceremonies. Mark, thanks for taking some time with us on this occasion.
Thanks, boys. Great to be here as usual. It's one of those times of the year where, the frost is out there. Kenny had mentioned the snow, where you were tipping our glass. We're having that loaded eggnog, and, the ControlTrends Awards is just around the corner. So what exciting times.
Well, it really is, Mark. And, again, from Kenny and myself and the entire ControlTrends community, I mean, you've been with us since day one, back when this was just sort of a dream of Kenny and mine's, and we sort of, put it out. We were going to do the first show in our warehouse and do everything sort of after the fact, and you reached out to us. We didn't know you that well, and I tell you, Mark, you've just been such a great help, and without you, I don't think the ControlTrends Awards would be what they are today. So from Kenny and myself, thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure. And back at you guys. I don't think you guys receive enough recognition for what you've actually really done for the industry. Have really dialed it up to where, people look at our industry and they look at the people, they look at the products, they look at the technology. And if it wasn't for the ControlTrends that you do every week in your postings, as well as the awards, I think we would still be back, 15, 20 steps. But instead, we're right up there with the best of them. So thanks to you guys as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, Kenny, let's walk our community through the process. Tell them what we're going to be doing today, and then let's get down to it, because I suspect there's some people out there that anxious to find out if they got a chance at the gold in Las Vegas this year.
Well, Eric, it is a very exciting time. The nomination period closed on the ControlTrends in 2016. The categories were amazingly competitive in the voting. The expressed will and the favorites of the ControlTrends community manifested itself in a completed, finalized nomination period, and we are going to review the category finalists today. And I'll tell you what, I'm so excited because we live in such a non-static environment. We talk about change, and of course we got the disruptive factors hitting all of us personally and professionally, and of course our industry is just besieged by disruption. But we get to see like some of the old the old favorites and some of the stalwarts of our industry are here, and then we're seeing many new faces, and that's what the most I think exciting and encouraging thing is, that as we mature as an industry and keep taking advantage of the crazy stuff like IoT and putting more of it into play, we're seeing the players become controls players, and it's kind of neat. It's very interesting to see these solutions develop.
No, it really is, Kenny. And I tell you what, it's the process is, and again, it's not perfect, but what is. But I think Mark is a marketing guy. You would probably say, as one of my teachers once said, when it comes to quality and how you're perceived in the marketplace, perception is reality, and you don't get a vote. So I think, what's really interesting to me about this is the community has a perception of these different people and products. And so at the very least, it's a great indicator is how you're being perceived in the marketplace.
I'll just jump in, and you're right, Ken, Eric. It's definitely, perception is 9/10 of the law, as they say, and I think it's important. It's also perception is your brand, and what does your brand stand for? And I think that's important. And one thing the whole Control Trends community gets around is the branding, as well as the awards and the recognition. Just to be nominated, I think, is in fact a milestone today. Whether you win or you're not, just being nominated and recognized, I think that's important. And it's especially the whole Control Trends org and the awards is so important. As I said earlier, for the industry, and it's important that we all, as providers, whether it be my company, LinkSpring, and others as part of the community, we sponsor this. It's very, very important. It's a really good marketing opportunity for those marketing folks who are listening. Your name gets out there again, and it also affords you the opportunity to really get that perception the way you really want to through Control Trends. So if there's some laggards still remaining out there who are listening to the broadcast, sponsor. I highly recommend it. I've been doing it. I've been a sponsor for 4 years now, and we see tremendous return on investment and value. So again, for those who might be on the fence, there's still time. Contact the boys, Eric and Ken, and I'm sure they can hook you up and you can become part of the show.
Well, thanks very much for saying that, Mark. We really appreciate it. I think, Kenny and I, like we said in the past, we endeavor to have this be our Hollywood moment for our industry. We think we got the greatest people in the world in our industry, and we don't think they get enough recognition. So we've been accused of spending way too much money on beautiful models so you can walk the red carpet with them. And, for that, I make no apologies. That's all Kenny's doing. But it's going to be a spectacular show. So we really, this is our event. Like Kenny and I have said in the past, this is the day that, we all compete like hell during the year. And this is the day that we sort of put that aside. We come together, we celebrate our industry, we celebrate each other, and we just have one hell of a good time. So with that, Kenny Smyers, what do you say we kick it off with our first category?
All right, Eric. I'd love to, by the way. And I really appreciate hearing the reprocessing of all the ideas and the goals and aspirations that we've put into play, Mark. Again, we really appreciate your background and your seasoned wisdom on the steps that we've taken, because we're growing. Control Trends Awards has grown. We don't have any specific percentages, but in terms of actual viewership and actual participation, probably up there about 20-30% a year. But okay, the first category is probably my opinion, one of the most important categories. It's the 2016 Control Trends Awards for the Building Automation VAV Controller of the Year, Manufacturer or Product. And the finalists are Johnson Controls, Distech Controls, KMC Simply VAV, Prolon, Neptronic, Honeywell Spider, Schneider Electric M as in Mary, NB-V2, sorry about that, and Allerton. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody. Fantastic. Indeed. All right, I'm going to take the second category, and we're just going to sort of rip through these. So Kenny will have in the body of the post, he'll have them all written down. So if we're talking too fast, it's just because we're caffeinated and we're excited. All right, so
in your case, Eric, are you a little hungover from last night's Christmas party that you had at Stromquist and Company?
I'll tell you what, Christmas parties. So yeah, that would be something in comments. Reach out and let us know your opinions of Christmas parties, because half our people don't show up. And I'll tell you what, I'm the only one who makes a fool out of myself. My wife last night goes, I could probably embarrass you. I said, I don't need any help with that at all. Category number 2, fellas, is the Building Automation Plant Equipment Controller of the Year. And right out of the gate, we have the perennial winner. And these guys are powerful, but they have improved this controller. Mike Marston and the boys at EasyIO with the FG32 Adapust. The first one was called the Beast. The second one was called Godzilla. And I just don't know what you call this one, but these guys just keep improving. So congratulations to them. But they got some stiff competition this year, fellas. Johnson Controls FX PCG, The Allerton Ascent Control Module, ACM. Hi, Amy Doran. Call us. We miss you. The Distech ECB 600 series. Dan Flaherty and the boys from Distech in the mix. And this guy, wow, Link Spring Genesis 1. Mark Peacock probably knows a bit about that. So congratulations, Mark, Terry, and the team at Distech. And then our good friend George Thomas, Contemporary Controls, BAS Control 120. Fellas, congratulations. And Marcus Peacock.
Well,
Next category,
third category, good one. Energy Saving Solution Product of the Year. Some great finalists. First one is Belimo Energy Valve. Second, JCI VSD Active Energy. Sky Foundry. Schneider Electric Building Insights. Optergy. And the final in the category for Energy Savings Solution Product of the Year, Blue Ridge Technologies Lighting Control. Congrats to every single one of the finalists.
Oh, well done, boys.
Awesome.
Well done. Kenny Smyers, bring our next group on.
All righty. Next category, we have the 2016 Control Trends Awards for the Peripheral Product of the Year. First up, we have ACI, followed by Dwyer Instruments, Functional Devices, Veris, Contemporary Controls, BAPI, Dent Instrument, and last but not least, Sierra Monitor Corporation. Congratulations.
Congratulations, fellas. Well, and ladies and gents, well done. And our next category. Mark, you got to think of a joke, because if we go through this straight, we'll probably bore people. So you got to come up with some comic relief.
I'm the world's worst joke person there.
Mark, bring up when we were in New York and Chicago. You can bring up some of the,
some of the annex there for sure. All right. Well, Mark, you're after me, but I'm going to do the Wireless Product Solution of the Year. All right. We have the EasyIO FW series. Those boys at EasyIO, Lim Humchat is now putting wireless in all their control systems, and they've got just a kicking wireless system, as does Johnson Controls with the WT4000. That works really, really well. Schneider Electric Smart Structure Light. Hear a lot of great stuff about that. Honeywell Red Link. I mean, talk about rock solid. Those guys just rock and roll. ACI MeshNet 9000 and the Allerton WTS. All right, Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's a memory from Dallas, the very first show?
The very first show from Dallas was we didn't plan enough time to completely set up, and we were there scrambling at the last minute. But from then on, it was smooth as silk.
It was the James Bond theme, if you guys will remember, and Heather Deal's husband came up with just some incredible backdrops and stuff like that. I think that might have been our best props. That was really good props with that, and that was fun. We were nervous as cats, but we pulled the first show off. And the other thing about that too, we just couldn't get people over there. Remember, the transportation was a little dicey, but hey, we learned from every single one of those. So, but the first one, you always remember your first, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take us to the next one. So our next category is a growing category within our industry: Lighting Integration Provider Solution of the Year. Some outstanding finalists. They are Blue Ridge Technologies, Acuity Lighting, WattStopper DLM. Congratulations, Pete Horton over there at WattStopper. Cisco Digital Ceiling, Control Network Solution, Elite Dolly, Mike from the UK.
Mike Salvador Dolly Welch, yep.
Yes, congrats. And the final nominee in the category is Daintree. Again, congratulations to each and every one of the finalists in the Lighting Integration Provider Solution of the Year.
Congrats. All right, Kenny Smyers, what do we have next?
All right, Eric. You guys have stoked my memory here on the some of the fabulous shows in the past. Dallas was incredible, but BB King.
Oh, New York City.
The next year, I was looking at the video I have playing on my computer to my left. But
and Mark, you can see the models over Kenny's shoulders, and they were spectacular.
They were, but what really stood out for me was, again, going on that stage and knowing all the folks that came before me beside B.B. King. There was Eric Clapton. There was all the famous blues players of, that we all know, Buddy Guy. So that still, quite honestly, gives me chills to know that, we were on that same stage as all those classic performers that we all really like to listen to.
Well, not only that, we had, as long as we're doing Memories in New York City, we had Marilyn Monroe and Frank Sinatra. And I tell you what, one of the highlights for me was when Marilyn got all the Controls executives, everybody from Chris Eichmann to Terry Swope to Mike Marston to Tom, I think it was Tom Rosbach, got them all up there and sang that song, Control Guys Are a Girl's Best Friend. I tell you what, you learn a lot about somebody when they get put in that situation, don't you? Because Marilyn was definitely, she was definitely playing with the boys.
Absolutely.
All right, Kenny Smyers, what do we have up next, big dog?
Incredible cast, yeah. Next up, Eric, the 2016 ControlTrends Awards for the category of third-party visualization software of the year. We have J2 Innovations FinBuilder, DG Logic DG Lux 5, BAS Services Graphics, Proton by Optigy, Active Logic Periscope, QA Graphics, Clockworks by KGS Buildings, and Forest Rock Energy Vision. Congratulations, people. Very well done.
Very, very cool. Yeah.
Excellent.
And Forest Rock out of England. So, I think, Mark, the other thing that we're finding with the ControlTrends Awards, and again, don't shoot Kenny and me, we just report what the community says, but, it's kind of cool. We got people from other countries, and we'll see this as we go through that are actually making the finalists and making the finals. And we had the good fortune to meet the folks from Forest Rock at the Niagara Summit and do an interview. So you can go on ControlTrends to see what they got, but they got some cool looking stuff. And exciting, huh? We're becoming global, man. We might have to call it the Global ControlTrends Awards,
or the international Control Trend Awards,
or the Intergalactical ControlTrends Awards, right? So,
go big.
So we can rock and roll with that.
And I think you hit on something really good right there. Is that we are indeed a global industry, so it's not surprising that to see more and more finalists and nominees from outside of North America. So again, congratulations and to them. Now I'm going to go ahead. No, I guess it's your turn. I'm sorry. You're going to do. Yeah, it's Eric. No, you do this one.
I'm up next. And speaking of international, a special shout out to ControlTrends India, our friend Samir Pradham, and he came to the ControlTrends Awards last year. I'm not sure whether he's going to make it to this one or not, but check out ControlTrends.in if you're in Asia. He put some good stuff up. But our next category is the Building Analytics Solution of the Year. And this is kind of comical that I'm getting to do this one because I'm probably the least analytical of the bunch. Kenny, this should be yours, but I'm taking it. So,
Mark.
All right, our first finalist, Niagara Analytics. The fine folks at Tritium and Niagara have been upgrading that product, and they've got a nice analytics package in there. So congratulations to John Sublet and Jenny Graves and the team at Niagara, our friend Ed Merwin. Next up, Sky Foundry SkySpark, John Petsy, Mr. Data Analytics himself. So congratulations to John and his team. Aurora Apergy, and this is a new group, Mark. They found us on ControlTrends, Steve Galizium, and they're a new player. They became a sponsor, and they've got on the ControlTrends community, got a lot of traction very, very quickly, which I think is sort of to the point of if you've got a new product or even if you don't, we're finding that people that participate in ControlTrends come on and do interviews. They get traction very, very quickly because we hadn't heard of those guys before 2 months ago, and here they are taking off. Mm-hmm. So Snyder Electric, Clockworks, KGS Buildings. Shout out to our friends at Snyder Electric. And last but not least, Copper Tree Kaizen. They're a sort of a spinoff of Delta Controls. We've had the good fortune to interview the folks at Copper Tree a couple of times, and boy, did we miss our girl Una DeBoer, who was at Delta and has shifted industries. So if you're still following us, Una, we miss you. Hope you're doing well in your new industry. All right, Marcus.
I guess I'm up again. So next category is Light Commercial Solution of the Year. Some great nominees, finalists, I should say. They are EasyIO FG32, Johnson Controls Verisys, Schneider Electric by Conix, Proton by Opergy, KMC Commander, Honeywell RedLink, and rounding out the finalists, Siemens EchoView. Congrats to all of the nominees in the Light Commercial Solution of the Year.
Very, very cool. So, boys, I got to tell you, since we're taking a little trip down memory lane in between these, I got to tell you that Chicago for me was absolutely my favorite announcement, because you guys will remember when we announced the finalists in Chicago. You know, we went to all these different locations in Chicago, and that was just big fun, boys. I love that. So we went up in October to check the venue out and went around. And Mark, I'll never forget you doing your version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off with Abe Perlman. That was hilarious.
Abe Perlman, yeah, the Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah, which was...
And my big standout was, remember when we were up on the L? And we were filming there, and the security or the policeman said, "You're not allowed to film here." But what did we do? We kept going, and then we, hightailed it out of Dodge. So I'm surprised, that we never really got caught doing that, but it was good fun.
Yeah, I got to tell you, and then I got to just also on sort of the downside a little bit, I got to tell you that the venue in Chicago was my least favorite. We were at the hotel there, and that just sort of had the least pizzazz to me, but I think we're finding a home with the Hard Rock. Is if you were in Orlando last year, we had the Hard Rock there. We got the Hard Rock in Las Vegas, so that was really the only downer. I think that was my least favorite location. It was just the shape of the room in Chicago. All right, Kenny Smyers, I think that means you're up next, big dog.
Well, thank you very much, and special congratulations to Prolon too on that Light Commercial Solution of the Year. I'll tell you that is another up and coming product. I have one to my left. I hope you guys can see this. As you guys are talking, I'm beginning my my review of the ControlTrends Awards, and we see the Chicago venue. You're right; it was more clinical because it was attached to the hotel, and it lacked a special. It was more of a kind of an official function versus some the Hollywood moment that we tried. So it was less Hollywood. It was more more of a wedding party, but it still was very nice. So. We have excitement coming at us. We have a very magical theme this year out of Las Vegas too. So when people come to the Strip in Las Vegas and go up to the Hard Rock Cafe, they are really going to be they're going to be feeling the energy, and it's a great venue.
Yeah, magical. Could that be a little bit of a clue? I don't think we want to reveal just yet, but magical. Remember that word. All right, Kenny.
All righty. That's what I wanted to do.
The word of the day, folks. The word of the day.
Magic.
Yep. All right. Next up, the 2016 ControlTrends Award category for the most innovative product of the year. Again, an incredible portfolio of products here, and the people behind them. Congratulations. I know this has got to be momentous to be recognized for your hard work and the success of your products and your solutions. So first up, we have EasyIO FW14. A new wireless controller from EasyIO. We have the Tritium Niagara 4. And this, of course, is one of the benchmarks in our industry as far as bringing our technologies and IoT up to the next level in terms of the smart, intelligent, connected building. Johnson Controls Verisys, a dynamic new light commercial market product and solution that is just really taken off. Belimo came up with a new butterfly valve that, again, Belimo does it. Does that valving? I don't think anybody does it better than Belimo. Optergy Proton, as you mentioned, Eric, we're going to be hearing a lot more about these guys in the building theaters, because they really have some great products and they're moving. And congratulations to LinkSpring, Onyx Edge controllers. Our friend Mark Peacock is probably sitting there smiling, but LinkSpring, again, is another company on the move. The data pump, all the great stuff that you're doing. Congratulations, Terry Swope and the team. Candy, that's Candi, and this is a Candy Building Products. These guys are working with Intel and Dell. These are those guys that looked over the shoulder of our industry and said, that's very interesting. I think we can do some of that. Congratulations to Alper Olsmeiser from BASSG. His BAS controls EAC 916, and Simon, SIEMON, Smart Building Cabling Solution, another great company, another great product. Congratulations for the Innovative Product of the Year finalists.
Very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. All right, I have the pleasure of introducing your finalists for the Building Automation Control System of the Year. This is another big one, boys. All right, First up, we have Distech Controls. Congratulations to Dan Flaherty and his team. Johnson Controls FX. Oh, we got Snyder Electric Structure Wear. Honeywell Webs. Check these guys out. Link Springs. Genesis, right, Mark? Or am I saying it right?
You got it, Genesis.
Congratulations there, Mark Peacock and Terry Swope. The Siemens Talon, Josh Felburn and your team. Scott Hamilton, great job. And KMC Controls. I tell you what, that's going to be a tough competition because they're all winners right there.
Sure.
Indeed. Well, going on to the next category, one that's extremely competitive, extremely exciting in our industry is the VFD Manufacturer Product of the Year. The nominees for the 2016 ControlTrends Awards are ABB, Johnson Controls VSD Series, Danfoss, Honeywell Smart VFD, Schneider Electric Altivar, and rounding out the category, Siemens BT300. Congratulations to all the nominees for the VFD Manufacturer Product of the Year.
Well done, fellas. Well done. All right. Kenny Smyers is clapping over there because we all like to sell VFDs. All right, big dog. What was up next?
We sure do. And I'll tell you what, smart connected VFDs. So not just any ordinary these VFDs, if you talk about products that have just jumped through the roof in terms of adding more features and benefits. I mean, we've seen that migration of the technologies come into something like a VFD, and now they can control inputs and outputs and PID loops and all kinds of good stuff. So,
well, hang on, Kenny. Before you get to the next one, I got a little story to tell, and this gets back to sort of the marketing and how perception is reality, right? So, my oldest daughter, Brett, I remember when she was in second or third grade, and I picked her up from school one day. She gets in the car, and she's in absolute tears, just bawling her eyes out. And I go, Brett, what's going on? Why are you so upset? She goes, I have a stupid name. And I go, what do you mean you have a stupid name? She goes, Britt Stromquist is a stupid name. And I think about it for a minute, and I go, well, how do you know that? She goes, Pagona told me. I went, what? Pagona Papadopoulos says I have a stupid name. So there you go. So Kenny, that's your setup for the next category, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you just well, you've given me forgiveness in case I damage this name here. The next, what I was getting into with the VFDs and everything, and how technical that even the VFD that used to be pretty simple, basic, has becoming, it's integrated. So all the information on the VFD now are smart points and data that's part of the data-rich environments that we need to do what Mark always tells us, and that's get actionable data, take that filter and make it important data. But the guys that really, truly do the heavy lifting are some of the people that we don't know much about them. We don't see them because they're not in the sales lead. They're not in the marketing lead, but they are the technical support people. So our next category is the 2016 ControlTrends Best Technical Support Person for a Large Manufacturer. And that's driven by, I believe our threshold was the 40 million mark, but we forgive anybody anytime that we make any oversights or whatever. We do the best with the information we get. And if you ever see anything that you think we need to correct, please let us know at your earliest opportunity. So the first person is Dimitri Papadopoulos from Johnson Controls. And this guy is a true professional, great guy. Followed by Kevin Callahan from Allerton, Sylvia Price from Tritium, Chris Hinton from Schneider Electric, Gerard Williams from Distech, Michael Hines from Honeywell, Brian Parks from Belimo, Greg Halloway from Delta, and Dave Rodella from Siemens. So congratulations to all those great people that do such a great technical support job. Thank you.
They really do a great job. So for sure. And I have the opportunity of the pleasure of announcing our finalists for the best technical support person, smaller manufacturer. SK Fu, EasyIO, Barry Flash Gordon from ACI, Mark Bergeron from Prolon, Aaron Sanchez from J2 Innovations, Christy O'Neill from Blue Ridge Technologies, Scott Gregson from Inotech Controls, a guy you might know, Mark, Chris Ryan from Link Spring.
Absolutely.
And last but not least, Diego Mateo from Contemporary Controls. I think Diego might be from South America. I'm not sure, but again, we have the international flavor going on here.
You know, what's interesting is that the technical support persons, whether it be large manufacturer or small manufacturer, and these next two categories, best technical support company, large manufacturer and small manufacturer, you know, if you think about it, that right there, those four categories, they're the rocks. They are the foundation of what is so important in our industry. Again, we have great technology that's doing all this wonderful things, but without the commitment and the technical support from the company who produces it, as well as the people, I think we all would be up the creek without a paddle, so to speak. So again, these four categories are very important. So on to the best technical support company, large manufacturer. I am pleased to inform you that the following are the finalists: Belimo, Johnson Controls, Tritium, Vicon, Distech Controls, Honeywell, KMC, and rounding it out, Siemens. So congratulations to all of those for the best technical support companies, large manufacturer.
Very well done.
Well
Congratulations.
Done. All right, Eric. The technical support category continues onto the small manufacturer, and again, as Mark said, behind the curtains, the heavy lifting. We've been in projects and jobs where you can't leave the project until it works, and you need somebody with the skills and the ability to work under pressure and have access to all the knowledge and just be willing to lead people out of the doldrum and out of the getting things fixed. And so we can't give enough credit to these people. So
we can't, Kenny. Real quick, one more thing that I forgot to mention when we talked about best technical support, large manufacturer, and this just shows how classy this guy is. Mark, you know him. Kenny, you know him. James Johnson from Tritium, Vicon. James has won the award a bunch, and he reached out to us, and James got nominated a ton of nomination votes, just so you know. He would have been in the finals, but James had basically said, I've won it before, let's give somebody else a chance. And we're going to see that with some of these people awards. We got some really classy people in our industry, and James is, of course, right up there. But I just want to acknowledge James for all that he does. But he's won it several times, and he wanted to make sure that somebody else had a chance to win it. So just a quick moment to acknowledge James before we move on.
Well done, Eric. I'm glad you did that. Yep, very deserving. Okay, so next up we have best technical support company, small manufacturer. We have EasyIO. Congratulations. We have ACI. Great staff up there with ACI. Contemporary Controls, George Thomas and his group. Prolon, Mark, congratulations. Functional Devices, another great company that does so many accessories that they provide that are just rock solid and make the projects works. Blue Ridge Technologies, congratulations, Bill and your staff. Linkspring, congratulations, Terry Swope and Mark Peacock, again, for being recognized as one of the best technical support companies, small manufacturers. And the folks up there in Montreal, the one and only Luis Malgaras and Biagio, congratulations to Neptronic. Well done, guys and girls.
Well done, fellas. Well done. So, hey, I tell you what, our friend Mark, I think he's one of your integrators, Jeff Haupt and AI, was the systems integrator of the year last year, coined a phrase that Kenny and I have used, that we're in what he calls the integrity economy. And this next award, we've had several great winners here. It's the PID Award, Passion, Integrity, and Dedication. And again, this award, guys like Roger Rebanak who've won it, Ed Merwin that have won it, Mike Marson that have won it, have said, hey, look, you know what? Let's pass it on. So all those guys have won the awards in the past, as well as others. You can go on ControlTrends and see. But once you win that award, you're kind of a member of the club. You get your sort of key to the club there. And so therefore, as I make this announcement for the 2016 finalists for the PID Award, keep in mind the greats that have come before these, and realize that. Just because guys like Roger Rebanak, Mike Marson, those guys are not on the ballot does not mean that they're not absolutely as passionate, integrity, and dedication as always. I think I'm wrong tense there. But without further ado, And then
Well,
Kenny,
Eric,
you
Eric,
go
let
talk
me,
about Roger Rebenak's knee, right?
yeah, special. I had contact with Roger Rebenak last week. He is recovering